Hello, geometry students. We're back to measuring our circles and arcs again. Okay, so now we have to think about things. And I just came across something when I was between videos, when I was doing the one video. Let me fix my camera here a little bit. Okay. When I was between videos, I thought of something. Thinking instead of worrying about the let's say the measures of these angles, we could also think of like minor arcs and major arcs like this. Think a minor arc, right, is a slice of pizza. Right? Because it kind of looks like that, and it has that rounded bar. So it looks like a slice of pizza. A semicircle, I can't think of a good one for a semicircle. Maybe a rainbow, okay? It's like, is it a rainbow? Almost a rainbow. Maybe I'll say rainbow. Or rainbow shaped at least, right? Half of a circle, with that being the center, right? And then a major arc, we'll go back to my example, because I'm so proud of that, is Pac-Man. So it's the other part of the pizza that you took the pizza pie out of. Okay? So maybe a little bit more visual way of seeing that for those of us who are here. So now, next part. We have to find some angle measures here. Now the one key to this is I know what a circle, if you add up all the angles in a circle, all the pieces of pizza, you're going to get 360 degrees. Circle's 360 degrees. So this main, going all the way around the circle, if I add up all these pies, they're 360 degrees. But all the minor arcs have to add up to 360 degrees. Okay? So I got one here that's 77. And they want to know first is, what's the measure of PR? Now PR is a minor arc, because to go from P to R, you don't go this way, because you got to go through other ones. P to R is here. Well, it's easy. P to R they gave us 77 degrees. So A, the measure of PR, make sure you put that little thing on top, equals 77 degrees. Too easy. They gave it to us. You could also call this angle PCR, okay? If you're just talking about this particular thing. Now they want to know RS. What's the measure of minor arc RS? So, what's the measure of minor arc RS? Okay, well, if I look closely, I see PS. If I go all the way through PRS, that's a straight line. PRS, the measure of arc PRS is 180 degrees. Part of that is two angles, though. There's arc PR and there's arc RS. Well, I know PR. So I'm coming up with this idea. I'm going to say the measure of PRS is equal to the measure of PR, which we already know, plus the measure of RS. Now, measure of PRS we know is 180 because it's a semicircle. PR we know is 77, but we don't know RS, so I'm going to call it X. Algebra comes and gets us again, right? So we subtract 77 from both sides. I'm not using a calculator here, but you can. Don't be afraid to. X is 103. So this measure, this angle is 103 degrees. So we solve that. 103 degrees. Now they're getting tricky. Next one, they say they want to know the measure of arc P R Q. Okay, well, let's look at this here. P R Q. Now I can't do that. I do start at P R Q. Now, this is another interesting one. How am I going to find P R Q? Well, it's right there. Sometimes they will put it outside if it's too small to write in. So PRQ is another algebra problem, but easier, okay? So the measure, we're right over here, of arc PRQ is equal to the measure of arc PR plus the measure of arc RS plus, I'm sorry, I'm running out of room, the measure of arc SQ. Now, how are we going to find this? Well, I got all the information here. It's the measure of this arc plus this arc plus this arc. Well, I got all those numbers. Its measure of PRQ is 77 plus 103 plus 28. Now, we already know those equal 180, if you remember from the last question. 180 plus 28 is 208 degrees. Now remember, a circle is 360 degrees. So the biggest number you could ever have for a measure of in our examples, of a major arc would be 360. So 208 still makes sense. If I got something like 408, I'd be very suspicious of my answers. Now, the last one, they want to know the measure of angle PQR. The measure of angle PQR. Let's write D. The measure of arc, I said angle PQR equals. Okay, so now let's look at this one. P, I'm going this way. Let's do it in another color, red. I start at here. I go around P, then I have to hit Q next, then I go to R. Okay. Two ways to do this problem. Okay. So my red thing here. Well, I could find out C, right? Here's my Pac-Man. It's a major arc, remember. I could find my C and then figure out the rest. Or I can do a very interesting idea. The whole circle is 360 degrees. 360 degrees. So the missing part, right, of the circle is 77. So one way I can do this is I can take 360 degrees minus, we call this measure of PR, because that's what we're getting rid of, equals measure of PQR. Okay? Now, well, 360 minus 77, my brain's not working, I have to use a calculator. 360 minus 77 gives me 283. Okay. 283. So that should be our answer. Let's double check. Let's do it the other way. I'm going to look at it a different way. Now, I always say there's always different ways to do math. I could look at this line. Remember, we already just established that PS or SP are semicircles. They're 180. So this whole thing here is 180. Get this one, PQS. So I'm going to find this one. So, but it's already missing this. So I'm going to do this. The measure of semicircle PQ is equal to the measure of SQP minus plus minus the measure of SQ. So what is PQ? What is PQ? Okay, so PQ we don't know. That'll be our X, but this is not really algebra. SQP is 180 minus SQ, which is 28. So X will equal 180 minus 28. And the number we get is 152. Now, of course, that makes sense because the one thing we're thinking about here is that, well, I'm sorry, you don't see that very well. Apologize for that. Okay, 152. So X equals 152. But they want to know all of this. This plus this plus this. The three minor arcs added up make PQS. So I have, let's do blue. This is probably at this point getting very confusing, and I apologize. I got this triangle. I got this, well, these pieces are not triangle. Pizza slices. I got 3 pizza slices. And they're going to add up. Now I said this one was 152. So I add up this one plus this one plus this one. Those make up that Pac-Man that's going chomping up this way. So same idea. Calculator. I have to look at the numbers. 152 plus 28 plus 103. Oh, did that wrong. 152. See, I put in 13 instead of 103. Plus 28 plus 103. 283. If we look at numbers from earlier, it's 283. So, I hope this isn't too confusing. This was a longer one. I apologize for taking this so long. But I'm trying to give you a better understanding, and I wanted to give you this clever idea. I'm going to take credit for that on what's going on. All right, guys, have a great day.